in the King Air cockpit, where your thrones take the shape of Villa Ultra Leather captain's chairs, which are heated and cooled. An optional massage feature is available to take your comfort to the next level. When it's time to share driving duties, the King Air's memory settings for the steering column, pedals, and side mirrors make it easy. Your safety is a priority, so each King Air comes equipped with a number of cutting-edge safety features, including a Mobileye lane departure warning system, adaptive cruise control, on-guard collision mitigation technology, and a tri-view camera system that grants you a 360-degree view of your surroundings. You'll also find a tire pressure monitoring system, electronic stability control, and automatic high-beam headlights. And to help guide you to your destination, the standard Rand McNally navigation provides turn-by-turn directions. With the new custom-tuned Harman Infinity audio system, you can enjoy rich, crystal-clear sound, whether you're listening to an audiobook, a podcast, or your favorite music. The cockpit is also outfitted with wireless charging pads and an additional passenger-side navigation monitor. And a Samsung tablet allows you to command many of your King Air's features and functions with the touch of a finger, like the lights, electronics, shades, and more. Now, let's move into the King Air's expansive living room. Designed with your comfort in mind, the space is outfitted with plush Villa Ultra Leather furniture that's as beautiful as it is durable. Here, in floor plan 4549, you see a dormy sofa positioned across from two optional recliners. A number of other configurations are available to suit your tastes and preferences, including a chaise lounge, storage ottomans, and theater seating. Part of any great trip is the chance to relax. With that in mind, King Air is equipped with a host of
Motherhood. It's a sense of privilege to be part of the process and to witness these births. It's truly a miracle, every single one.
She'll be just fine without me. Hello, bad guys.
Lucifer's back and acting different.
I'm not Lucifer. I'm Lucifer's twin, Michael. I am not going to break Lucifer's life. I'm going to take it. When you watch me burn.
Impressive entertainment features. Your favorite movies and TV shows look and sound incredible on the Samsung Ultra High Def 4K LED TV, Sony Blu-ray player, and Bluetooth-compatible Bose SoundTouch soundbar. As you see here, a second Samsung TV is mounted overhead. And of course, internet connectivity comes standard, making it easy and convenient to check email, stream TV shows and movies, or simply browse the web. You'll find it's easy to achieve the ideal temperature wherever and whenever you travel, courtesy of 3 heat-pump central air conditioners and a remote-control thermostat. This particular King Air showcases our elegant Hatteras decor fabrics. Heated porcelain tile flooring is found throughout the coach, along with plenty of other stylish touches, like a newly designed accent wall feature in the living area and a stunning vent-free feature ceiling. Next, we'll step into the King Air's well-equipped and gracious galley, guaranteed to delight your inner chef. Right away, you'll notice the new concealed LED lighting that beautifully illuminates the hand-laid backsplash. The handmade hardwood cabinetry, displayed here in ginger, features a gorgeous high-gloss finish and soft closed doors. And the large Whirlpool French door refrigerator boasts matching wood overlays. Beside the refrigerator in floor plan 4549, you see the spacious pull-out pantry. And the all-electric appliance suite is sure to impress, boasting a top-of-the-line Wolf induction cooktop Fisher & Paykel dishwasher, GE Advantium convection microwave, and Delta Touch 2.0 faucet. The generously sized farmhouse sink adds style to the space. As we move towards the rear of floor plan 4549, our next stop is the midship half bathroom, perfectly positioned for hosting guests. It features many of the same premium design elements you'll find in the master bathroom. Next, we step into the King Air Master Suite, which is tucked away behind a sliding door.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make your writing sharp, or explicit, or excellent, or distinctive. As a matter of fact, for what it's worth, Grammarly can, yeah, that's long. We can get rid of that, and this, good, and this, or how about this? Grammarly helps you be concise. If your tone might make someone feel like this, Grammarly can remind you. It would help if you soften your tone. And if you need the support, Grammarly encourages you to write confidently. Because the better we all communicate, the better we connect. Grammarly, helping you connect. Go to Grammarly.com and download today.
Sweet dreams. Courtesy of the exceptionally comfortable king-size Sleep Number adjustable mattress, which is accompanied by a goose down comforter. And your favorite movies and shows are at your beck and call, thanks to a retractable Samsung 4K TV, Blu-ray player, and Bose soundbar, all of which are positioned opposite of the foot of the bed. In the King Air Master Bathroom, every day feels like a spa day. A spacious 50 by 34-inch shower awaits you in floor plan 4549, featuring a glass door, tile accents, a fold-down bench, and a warm water conservation system. Across from the shower, a super polished solid surface vanity top complements the hand-laid backsplash and hammered stainless steel sink. In floor plan 4549, you're granted a walk-in closet with cedar paneling and adjustable shelving, plus a laundry station with a stacked Whirlpool washer and dryer.
Hey, you need to hear this. Did you know that your old cotton pillowcase could be filled with more than a pound?
There's a problem.
Oh.
You're getting milked on your car insurance. Been going on a while now.
What should I do?
Try rates.ca. You can compare rates from different insurance providers. Find the best one.
Don't get milked. Get a better rate and save an average of $676 with rates.ca.
The 2020 King Air is available in 7 floor plans, each 45 feet in length. Today, you've been looking at floor plan 4549, which measures 44 feet and 11 inches in length, and features 3 power slide-outs, including a full wall slide. The King Air is built on a Spartan K3 tag axle chassis, equipped with a safe haul auxiliary braking system. 605 horsepower comes from a Cummins diesel engine with connected diagnostics. Welded to the chassis is our Star Foundation, a steel superstructure that adds support and promises a quiet ride. Our exclusive full paint masterpiece finish, seen here in Hatteras, decorates the outside of each King Air and is made possible by BASF and Industrial Finishes. Outdoor living is yours to embrace beneath the dual Girard Nova side awnings, which are equipped with wind sensors and LED lights. The outdoor entertainment system grants you a Samsung 4K LED TV and a soundbar, perfect for tailgates or other get-togethers. And the Dometic pull-out cooler is perfect for drinks and snacks. It's all powered by a 12.5 kilowatt Cummins Onan generator with auto changeover. For your peace of mind, the King Air features keyless entry and a new camera monitoring system at the entry door, which is viewable on an app or from inside your coach. In the opulent 2020 King Air, you'll always receive the royal treatment, wherever your travels might lead. On behalf of everyone here at Newmar Corporation, we want to thank you for joining us on this tour of the 2020 King Air. For more information, visit your nearest Newmar dealer or visit newmarcorp.com today.
Are you ready for a total body workout, Peloton fam?
Jess's 30-minute bike boot camp? I got this.
Get at home motivation anytime you want it.
Clip off that bike and meet me on the mat for lunges.
Learn more on onepeloton.ca.
For the first time in history, we're seeing real-life superheroes fighting crime.
Do not throw that bus. I'm sorry, that's on me.
How can we not stop two chicks in their 40s?
I play dirty.
Put some more money in the bag.
Don't take this the wrong way. You're terrible at this.
Toss cushions can be one of the most important elements of your decor. It's just a place where all the textures and colors of your room are tied together in one space. Also, they're just really comfortable, great for neck support, to snuggle up against. So we're going to talk about the things that I consider when choosing toss cushions. When planning the cushions for your sofa, I typically use 2 to 3 cushions per corner. A 20-inch cushion is the most common cushion, so I end up with probably more of those. But ideally, I use a 22 to 24-inch cushion in the corner, paired with a 20-inch, and then a lumbar or an 18-inch cushion. The variation of size just makes it more interesting. Even if you don't have 3 different sizes in a corner, you can still make it look interesting by varying the texture and pattern. Really, the first choice in cushion insert is feather. You pretty much always want feather if you can do it. They just look really nice, they hold up well. You can do a little karate chop, but they also, when you sit, they really mold to your body and they're the most comfortable cushion. When buying your cushion, it's really important to get a really good insert. You can always replace the cover. Just make sure that you have a zipper on the cushion. Also, if the cover gets stained, you can then take it off and clean it. So as opposed to feather, this is a polyfill cushion. These are the cushions that people put on the floor when they sit on a sofa because they're just not comfortable. And they just don't look as nice. When you buy your sofa, you typically get cushions that match the sofa, and they as well are a polyfill. Sadly, we typically don't use these and try to reuse them in something different because they're not comfortable, and you don't want cushions that are the same as your sofa. You want contrasting, interesting cushions. The great thing about toss cushions is they're not a big investment. You can switch them out easily when your style or your needs change. I hope these tips are helpful for you when you're choosing your cushions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, I'm here today at Grand Central Mimico, the first future home of Toronto's new master plan and the first transit Taylor community in partnership with Metrolinx. Grand Central Mimico will see a new integrated state-of-art Mimico GO station, just 2 stops away from Union Station and 1 stop away from Exhibition Station. The future subway collection to the Ontario Line, downtown Toronto's first subway line in 60 years. Grand Central Mimico will be located in the 55-acre Mimico Triangle, which will house approximately 9 proposed towers. The entire community will have over 3.5 million square feet of mixed-use development, anchored by over 3 million square feet of residential living space. This massive transformation of the Mimico Triangle into a new vibrant community also features over 300,000 square feet of retail and office space, including an urban grocery store, restaurants, and boutique shops, and a future greenway. The first launch of Grand Mimico will have 3 towers in total, 751 units, and the pricing starts just in the mid-400s. So this is truly one of the most exciting projects this year. And if you want to get the best price at the early stage, please do give me a phone call, and I'm always here to answer any of the questions you may have on this project. I cannot wait to talk to you in person, so give me a phone call right now.
With MailChimp's recommendation smarts, you'll get insights on what people are more likely to buy next to help you create an effective campaign and sell more stuff to your highest value customers.
The rocket equation, it's a beautiful thing. No astronaut launches for space with their fingers crossed. That's not how we deal with risk. What I learned from 21 years as an astronaut is that the more you know, the less you fear. The reason I wanted to do this masterclass is to share the hidden depths of purpose that are behind space exploration. When the clock hits 0, start focusing in, thinking of nothing else but the moment that you're in. Study every system on a spaceship and then boil it down to what I call a one-pager. You've got to be able to solve your problems in one breath. You have to push your lungs forward through the drag of the atmosphere. Crushed into your chair, you're like a leaf in a hurricane. The reason is 1/2 rho v squared s. 16 times the speed of sound. As you accelerate harder and harder, the light blue Florida sky starts to get darker and darker, and then suddenly black. And the engines shut off, and you're weightless. Turn the handle and open the hatch. You pull yourself out into the universe, and now suddenly, when you move your knees, you can feel the searing heat of the sun on one side and the incredibly cold emptiness of space on the other. When you're no longer Earthlings, how do you navigate? You can use the stars. You can actually see how that place where you were raised fits into the overall complexity and reality of the solar system. You start to unavoidably wonder, are we alone in the universe or not? Our technology is just good enough now that some of you taking this masterclass are going to fly in space. Reusable rocket ships give us access to explore like we've never had before. It will be a great moment of introspection for humanity if you're the person who finds that one little fossilized flower on Mars. I'm Chris Hadfield, and this is my masterclass.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make
Every professional started with a vision. From thoughts to execution, Oxford College is here to help.
The way I go through with red roses burn my eyes.
So how to create your YouTube thumbnail in 1 minute. First, you go to Google Chrome and you type in canva.com. And if you are not yet signed up, you are free to sign up. It's for free. And if you want a pro, you can also subscribe. Other than that,
And every order of fries helps families with sick children.
and
We'll
under
take one
here,
million
in the
fries,
search
please.
bar,
Let's just get some banana.
type in because I have it already.
Every order.
Just type in YouTube thumbnail and then you press enter, and then they will have some selections for you down here, and then you just have to select whatever works for you, or what type of video are you going to make. Then you match it with the thumbnail that you have. So for example, I'm going to do a music, so I'm gonna go again here, and there's music YouTube thumbnail, and then I'm just gonna go down and select maybe this one, and then after that there are more selections if you want to change your mind. And after that, you can also move this one into whichever position that you want. And this one you also can adjust, you can filter, you can make it brighter or darker or whatever. It's up to your like. So let's make it lighter like this. And then the text. The text also you can just double click or select them. So I say how to play guitar. And then you can select them and change the height under here. You can also select you can delete this one, or you can add more text if you want. Easy method. And you can make it like this. So it's really up to you how do you arrange. And then if you want to add more text, you just come over here. There are text selection that are preset. So for example, I want to try this, and then you just come there and you just edit, like for example music, and then you can delete this one. There's a delete thing here, and then you can place it over there. And so this one you can just scroll down and select whatever type of font you want. You can do that. And under effects you can change the setting of your text. It's up to you really. How do you want it to be? And then you can also change the color. to select the color, I can do that on here by selecting this one. So really it's very straightforward. That's why I say it's only a minute, then you can have your thumbnail quickly. And then after that, if everything is okay, it's good to go, you can download it and then select the transparent background and PNG, and there you have it. Or the other one that I normally do is I'm gonna go to snip and sketch, and then I'm gonna snip this one, and then I'm gonna save it. So you can save it as your today's date 07/04/2021. How to play guitar. So it's up to you how you name it, and you save. And that's it. That's how you do your thumbnail, and then you can go to your YouTube channel. You can upload your video with a thumbnail. So if you go to your YouTube channel, you can select the existing videos that you have, and you can edit the thumbnail section. Other than that, if you have a new video, you can upload the thumbnail inside there. So that's what a thumbnail would look like. So it's introduction of what the content of your video is. So yes, it's going to be like this. And if you want to edit, you just have to go edit, and then you go to your editor, or you can just go to here to details, and under here, under thumbnail, you can replace your thumbnail. And if you are uploading a new video, then just place in your thumbnail on the thumbnail section. So that's that. That's 1 minute video of how to create your thumbnail. Thank you so much. Bye.
These are the top 10 things we need to know about Prince Philip, the consort of British monarch. Ancestry. Both Philip and Queen Elizabeth II are great-great-grandchildren of Queen Victoria. Elizabeth by descent from Victoria's eldest son, King Edward VII, and Philip by descent from Victoria's second daughter, Princess Alice. Both are also descended from King Christian IX of Denmark. Philip was also related to the House of Romanov through both of his parents. He was a direct descendant of Emperor Nicholas I of Russia via his paternal grandmother Grand Duchess Olga Konstantinovna of Russia. 181. His maternal grandmother, Princess Victoria of Hesse and by Rhine, was a sister of Alexandra Feodorovna, Alex of Hesse, wife of Emperor Nicholas II. In 1993, scientists were able to confirm the identity of the remains of several members of the Romanov family, more than 70 years after their deaths in 1918, by comparing their mitochondrial DNA to living matrilineal relatives, including Philip, Alexandra, and her children are all descended from Princess Alice of the United Kingdom, the daughter of Queen Victoria, through a purely female line. Prince Philip, Romanized Philippos, of Greece and Denmark, was born in Mornrepos on the Greek island of Corfu on the 10th of June 1921. The only son and fifth and final child of Prince Andrew of Greece and Denmark and Princess Alice of Battenberg, a member of the House of Glucksburg, the ruling House of Denmark. He was a prince of both Greece and Denmark by virtue of his patrilineal descent from George I of Greece and Christian IX of Denmark. And he was from birth in the line of succession to both thrones. Philip's 4 elder sisters were Margarita, Theodora, Cecily, and Sophie. He was baptized in the Greek Orthodox Rite at St. George Church in the Old Fortress in Corfu. Shortly after Philip's birth, his maternal grandfather Prince Louis of Battenberg, then known as Louis Mountbatten, Marquis of Milford Haven, died in London. Louis was a naturalized British subject who, after a career in the Royal Navy, had renounced his German titles and adopted the surname Mountbatten, an anglicized version of Battenberg, during the First World War, owing to anti-German sentiment in Britain. After visiting London for his grandfather's memorial service, Philip and his mother returned to Greece, where Prince Andrew had remained to command a Greek army division embroiled in the Greco-Turkish War. The war went badly for Greece, and the Turks made large gains. Philip's uncle and high commander of the Greek expeditionary force, King Constantine I, was blamed for the defeat and was forced to abdicate on the 27th of September 1922. The new military government arrested Prince Andrew, along with others. The commanding officer of the army, General Georgios Hatzianstis, and 5 senior politicians were arrested, tried, and executed in the trial of the 6. Prince Andrew's life was also believed to be in danger, and Princess Alice was under surveillance. Finally, in December, a revolutionary court banished Prince Andrew from Greece for life. The British naval vessel HMS Calypso evacuated Prince Andrew's family, with Philip carried to safety in a cot made from a fruit box. Philip's family went to France, where they settled in the Paris suburb of St. Cloud in a house lent to them by his wealthy aunt, Princess George of Greece and Denmark. Because Philip left Greece as a baby, he did not speak Greek. In 1992, he said that he could understand a certain amount. 9. Philip stated that he thought of himself as Danish, and his family spoke English, French, and German. Philip, who in his youth was known for his charm, Philip was educated at Gordonston School in Scotland. Philip was first educated at the Elms, an American school in Paris run by Donald MacJeanette, who described Philip as a know-it-all smarty person, but always remarkably polite. In 1928, he was sent to the United Kingdom to attend Cheam School, living with his maternal grandmother, Victoria Mountbatten, Dowager Marchioness of Milford Haven, at Kensington Palace, and his uncle, George Mountbatten, 2nd Marquis of Milford Haven, at Linden Manor in Bray, Berkshire, in the next 3 years. His 4 sisters married German princes and moved to Germany. His mother was diagnosed with schizophrenia and placed in an asylum, and his father took up residence in Monte Carlo. Philip had little contact with his mother for the remainder of his childhood. In 1933, he was sent to Schule Schloss Salem in Germany, which had the advantage of saving school fees because it was owned by the family of his brother-in-law, Berthold, Margrave of Baden. With the rise of Nazism in Germany, Salem's Jewish founder, Kurt Hahn, fled persecution and founded Gordonston School in Scotland, to which Philip moved after 2 terms at Salem. In 1937, his sister Cecily, her husband Georg Donatus, hereditary Grand Duke of Hesse, her 2 young sons, Ludwig and Alexander, her newborn infant, and her mother-in-law, Princess Eleanor of Solms-Hohenzollern, were killed in an air crash at Ostend. Philip, then 16 years old, attended the funeral in Darmstadt. The following year, his uncle and guardian Lord Milford Haven died of bone marrow cancer. After leaving Gordonston in early 1939, Philip completed a term as a cadet at the Royal Naval College, Dartmouth, then repatriated to Greece, living with his mother in Athens for a month in mid-1939. At the behest of the Greek king, George II, his first cousin, he returned to Britain in September to resume training for the Royal Navy. He graduated from Dartmouth the next year as the best cadet in his course. During the Second World War, he continued to serve in the British forces, while two of his brothers-in-law, Prince Christoph of Hesse and Berthold, Margrave of Baden, fought on the opposing German side. Philip was appointed as a midshipman in January 1940. He spent 4 months on the battleship HMS Ramillies, protecting convoys of the Australian Expeditionary Force in the Indian Ocean, followed by shorter postings on HMS Kent, on HMS Shropshire, and in Ceylon, after the invasion of Greece by Italy in October 1940. He was transferred from the Indian Ocean to the battleship HMS Valiant in the Mediterranean Fleet. On the 1st of February 1941, Philip was commissioned as a sub-lieutenant after a series of courses at Portsmouth, in which he gained the top grade in 4 out of 5 sections of the qualifying examination. Among other engagements, he was involved in the Battle of Crete, and was mentioned in dispatches for his service during the Battle of Cape Matapan, in which he controlled the battleship searchlights. He was also awarded the Greek War Cross 21 in June 1942. He was appointed to the V&W class destroyer and flotilla leader HMS Wallace, which was involved in convoy escort tasks on the east coast of Britain, as well as the Allied invasion of Sicily. Promotion to lieutenant followed on the 16th of July 1942. In October of the same year, he became first lieutenant of HMS Wallace. At 21 years old, one of the youngest first lieutenants in the Royal Navy. During the invasion of Sicily, in July 1943, as second in command of Wallace, he saved his ship from a night bomber attack. He devised a plan to launch a raft with smoke floats that successfully distracted the bombers, allowing the ship to slip away unnoticed. In 1944, he moved on to the new destroyer, HMS Whelp, where he saw service with the British Pacific Fleet in the 27th Destroyer Flotilla. He was present in Tokyo Bay when the instrument of Japanese surrender was signed. Philip returned to the United Kingdom on the Whelp in January 1946, and was posted as an instructor at HMS Royal Arthur, the Petty Officers' School in Corsham, Wiltshire. In 1939, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth toured the Royal Naval College, Dartmouth. During the visit, the Queen and Louis Mountbatten asked his nephew Philip to escort the King's 2 daughters, Elizabeth and Margaret, who were Philip's third cousins through Queen Victoria, and second cousins once removed through King Christian IX of Denmark. Elizabeth fell in love with Philip, and they began to exchange letters when she was 13. Eventually, in the summer of 1946, Philip asked the king for his daughter's hand in marriage. The king granted his request, provided that any formal engagement be delayed until Elizabeth's 21st birthday the following April. By March 1947, Philip had abandoned his Greek and Danish royal titles, had adopted the surname Mountbatten from his mother's family, and had become a naturalized British subject. The engagement was announced to the public on the 10th of July 1947. Though Philip appeared always to have regarded himself as an Anglican, and he had attended Anglican services with his classmates and relations in England and throughout his Royal Navy days. He had been baptized in the Greek Orthodox Church, the Archbishop of Canterbury, Geoffrey Fisher, wanted to regularize Philip's position by officially receiving him into the Church of England, which he did in October 1947. The day before the wedding, King George VI bestowed the style of Royal Highness on Philip, and on the morning of the wedding, the 20th of November 1947, he was made the Duke of Edinburgh, Earl of Merioneth, and Baron Greenwich of Greenwich in the County of London. 39. Consequently, being already a Knight of the Garter, between 19 and the 20th of November 1947 he bore the unusual style His Royal Highness Sir Philip Mountbatten, and is so described in the letters patent of the 20th of November 1947. Philip and Elizabeth were married in a ceremony at Westminster Abbey, recorded and broadcast by BBC Radio to 200 million people around the world. In post-war Britain, it was not acceptable for any of the Duke of Edinburgh's German relations to be invited to the wedding, including Philip's 3 surviving sisters, all of whom had married German princes. After their marriage, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh took up residence at Clarence House. Their first 2 children were born before Elizabeth succeeded her father as monarch in 1952. Prince Charles in 1948 and Princess Anne in 1950. Their marriage was to become the longest of any British monarch. Philip was introduced to the House of Lords on the 21st of July 1948, immediately before his uncle Louis Mountbatten, who had been made Earl Mountbatten of Burma. Philip, like his sons Charles and Andrew and other royals, with the exception of the first Earl of Snowdon, ceased to be members of the House of Lords following the House of Lords Act 1999. He never spoke in the House. Consort of the Queen. The accession of Elizabeth to the throne brought up the question of the name of the royal house, as Elizabeth would typically have taken Philip's last name upon marriage. The Duke's uncle, Earl Mountbatten of Burma, advocated the name House of Mountbatten. Philip suggested House of Edinburgh, after his ducal title. When Queen Mary, Elizabeth's grandmother, heard of this, she informed the British Prime Minister, Winston Churchill, who himself later advised the Queen to issue a royal proclamation declaring that the royal house was to remain known as the House of Windsor. Prince Philip privately complained, "I am nothing but a bloody amoeba. I am the only man in the country not allowed to give his name to his own children." On the 8th of February 1960, several years after the death of Queen Mary and the resignation of Churchill as Prime Minister, the Queen issued an order in council declaring that Mountbatten Windsor would be the surname of her and her husband's male line descendants who are not styled as Royal Highness or titled as Prince or Princess. 55. While it seems the Queen had absolutely set her heart on such a change and had it in mind for some time, it occurred only 11 days before the birth of Prince Andrew, the 19th of February, and only after 3 months of protracted correspondence between constitutional expert Edward Ewey, who averred that, without such a change, the royal child would be born with the badge of bastardy, and Prime Minister Harold Macmillan, who had attempted to rebut Ewey's arguments. After her accession to the throne, the Queen also announced that the Duke was to have place, preeminence and precedence next to her on all occasions and in all meetings, except where otherwise provided by Act of Parliament. This meant the Duke took precedence over his son, the Prince of Wales, except, officially, in the British Parliament. In fact, however, he attended Parliament only when escorting the Queen for the annual state opening of Parliament, where he walked and sat beside her. Contrary to rumours over the years, the Queen and Duke were said by insiders to have had a strong relationship throughout their marriage. Despite the challenges of Elizabeth's reign, The Queen referred to Prince Philip in a speech on the occasion of her Diamond Jubilee in 2012 as her constant strength and guide. Prince Philip received a parliamentary annuity of £359,000 since 1990 that served to meet official expenses in carrying out public duties. The annuity was unaffected by the reform of royal finances under the Sovereign Grant Act 2011. Any part of the allowance that was not used to meet official expenditure was liable for tax. In practice, the entire allowance was used to fund his official duties. Personality. Philip played polo until 1971, when he started to compete in carriage driving, a sport which he helped to expand. The early rule book was drafted under his supervision. He was also a keen yachtsman and struck up a friendship in 1949 with Arthur Fox. In Cows. Philip and the Queen. Personality. Philip played polo until 1971, when he started to compete in carriage driving, a sport which he helped to expand. The early rule book was drafted under his supervision. He was also a keen yachtsman and struck up a friendship in 1949 with Arthur Fox. In Cows. Philip and the Queen regularly attended Cows Week in HMY Britannia. Philip's first airborne flying lesson took place in 1952, and by his 70th birthday he had accrued 150 pilot hours. He was presented with Royal Air Force wings in 1953. In April 2014, it was reported that an old British Pathé newsreel film had been discovered of Philip's 1962 two-month flying tour of South America. Filmed sitting alongside Philip at the aircraft's controls was his co-pilot Captain Peter Middleton, the grandfather of the Duke's granddaughter-in-law, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. Philip held a number of titles throughout his life, originally holding the title and style of a Prince of Greece and Denmark. Philip abandoned these royal titles prior to his marriage, and was thereafter created a British Duke. Among other noble titles, the Queen formally issued letters patent in 1957, making Philip a British prince. When addressing the Duke of Edinburgh, as with any male member of the royal family except the monarch, the rules of etiquette were to address him the first time as Your Royal Highness, and thereafter as a Sir. The Duke of Edinburgh was appointed by King George VI to the Order of the Garter on the 19th of November 1947, the eve of his wedding. Since then, Philip has received 17 different appointments and decorations in the Commonwealth, and 48 from foreign states. The inhabitants of some villages on the island of Tanna, Vanuatu worship Prince Philip as a god. The islanders possess portraits of the Duke and hold feasts on his birthday. The Duke of Edinburgh, Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Canadian Regiment, presenting the 3rd Battalion with their regimental colours in April 2013. Upon his wife's succession to the throne in 1952, the Duke was appointed Admiral of the Sea Cadet Corps, Colonel-in-Chief of the British Army Cadet Force, and Air Commodore-in-Chief of the Air Training Corps. The following year, he was appointed to the equivalent positions in Canada and made Admiral of the Fleet, Captain General Royal Marines, Field Marshal, and Marshal of the Royal Air Force in the United Kingdom. Subsequent military appointments were made in New Zealand and Australia. In 1975, he was appointed Colonel of the Grenadier Guards. A position he handed over to his son Andrew in 2017. On the 16th of December 2015, his role as Honorary Air Commodore-in-Chief was handed over to the Duchess of Cambridge. To celebrate his 90th birthday, the Queen appointed him Lord High Admiral. 175, as well as to the highest ranks available in all three branches of the Canadian Armed Forces. On their 70th wedding anniversary, the 20th of November 2017, the Queen appointed him Knight Grand Cross GCVO of the Royal Victorian Order, making him the first British national since his uncle Earl Mountbatten of Burma to be entitled to wear the breast stars of 4 orders of chivalry in the United Kingdom. Duties. As consort to the Queen, Philip supported his wife in her new duties as sovereign, accompanying her to ceremonies such as the state opening of Parliament in various countries, state dinners, and tours abroad. As chairman of the Coronation Commission, he was the first member of the royal family to fly in a helicopter, visiting the troops that were to take part in the ceremony. Philip was not crowned in the service, but knelt before Elizabeth, with her hands enclosing his, and swore to be her liege man of life and limb. In the early 1950s, his sister-in-law, Princess Margaret, considered marrying a divorced older man, Peter Townsend. The press accused Philip of being hostile to the match, to which he replied, "I haven't done anything." Philip had not interfered, preferring to stay out of other people's love lives. Eventually, Margaret and Townsend parted for 6 months. Over 1953-1954, Philip and Elizabeth toured the Commonwealth. As with previous tours, the children were left in Britain. In 1956, the Duke, with Kurt Hahn, founded the Duke of Edinburgh's Award in order to give young people a sense of responsibility to themselves and their communities. In the same year, he also established the Commonwealth Study Conferences. From 1956 to 1957, Philip travelled around the world aboard the newly commissioned HMY Britannia, during which he opened the 1956 Summer Olympics in Melbourne and visited the Antarctic, becoming the first royal to cross the Antarctic Circle. The Queen and the children remained in the UK. On the return leg of the journey, Philip's private secretary, Mike Parker, was sued for divorce by his wife. As with Townsend, the press still portrayed divorce as a scandal, and eventually Parker resigned. He later said that the Duke was very supportive and the Queen was wonderful throughout. She regarded divorce as a sadness, not a hanging offense. In a public show of support, the Queen created Parker a Commander of the Royal Victorian Order. Further press reports claimed that the Queen and the Duke were drifting apart, which enraged the Duke and dismayed the Queen, who issued a strongly worded denial. On the 22nd of February 1957, she granted her husband the style and title of a Prince of the United Kingdom by letters patent, and it was gazetted that he was to be known as His Royal Highness the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Philip was appointed to the Queen's Privy Council for Canada on the 14th of October 1957, taking his oath of allegiance before the Queen in person at her Canadian residence, Rideau Hall. Remarks he made 2 years later to the Canadian Medical Association on the subject of youth and sport were taken as a suggestion that Canadian children were out of shape. This was at first considered tactless, but Philip was later admired for his encouragement of physical fitness. In Canada in 1969, Philip spoke about his views on republicanism. "It is a complete misconception to imagine that the monarchy exists in the interest of the monarch. It doesn't. It exists in the interest of the people. If at any time any nation decides that the system is unacceptable, then it is up to them to change it." In April 2009, Philip became the longest-serving British royal consort. He became the oldest ever male British royal in February 2013, and the third longest-lived member of the British royal family, following Princess Alice, Duchess of Gloucester, and Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, in April 2019. Personally, he was not enthused about living an extremely long life. remarking in a 2000 interview when he was 80 that he could not imagine anything worse and had no desire whatsoever to become a centenarian, saying bits of me are falling off already. From 20 to the 24th of December 2019, Philip stayed at King Edward VII's Hospital and received treatment for a pre-existing condition, in a visit described by Buckingham Palace as a precautionary measure. He had not been seen in public since attending Lady Gabriella Kingston's wedding in May 2019. A photo of Philip with the Queen as they isolated at Windsor Castle during the COVID-19 pandemic was released ahead of his 99th birthday in June 2020. In July 2020, he stepped down as Colonel-in-Chief of the Rifles, a position he had held since 2007. He was succeeded by the Duchess of Cornwall. On the 9th of January 2021, Philip and the Queen were vaccinated against COVID-19 by a household doctor at Windsor Castle. On the 16th of February 2021, Philip was admitted to King Edward VII's Hospital as a precautionary measure after feeling unwell. He was visited by Prince Charles on the 20th of February, 133 on the 23rd of February. It was confirmed by Buckingham Palace that Philip was responding to treatment for an infection. On the 1st of March 2021, Philip was transferred by ambulance to St. Bartholomew's Hospital to continue treatment for an infection, and additionally to undergo testing and observation relating to a pre-existing heart condition. He underwent a successful procedure for his heart condition on the 3rd of March, and was transferred back to King Edward VII's Hospital on the 5th of March. He was discharged on the 16th of March. Death. Main article. Death and funeral of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Philip died on the 9th of April 2021, aged 99, 2 months before his centennial. He was the longest-serving royal consort in British history. The cause of death has not yet been disclosed, but the palace has said that he died peacefully.
FABULOUS every day like if you want it. Limitless possibilities. The bold and stylish Nissan Kicks.
Here are 10 side hustles to consider. Number 1. Deliver takeout. Food delivery skyrocketed during the pandemic as people opted to stay home and order in. And in many places, indoor dining is still limited or discouraged for safety reasons. If you are interested in delivering takeout, sign up to make deliveries through services such as DoorDash or Postmates, where drivers make an average of $13 to $17 per hour, respectively, according to Indeed.com. Number 2. Deliver groceries. Demand for grocery delivery has also surged in the pandemic. Companies like Instacart have hired hundreds of thousands of shoppers. Instacart pays an average of $13 per hour, according to Glassdoor. At shift experience, shoppers can make between $16 and $22 per hour, according to the site. Make sure to adhere to principles of social distancing in supermarkets and grocery stores. Continue to keep the 6-foot distance from other people and wear a mask. Number 3. Garden or do yard work. Spring is a time of year when people will start enjoying and sprucing up their outdoor space. If you like gardening or yard work, consider offering to help people with planting flowers, trimming grass or bushes, and eliminating weeds. Look for landscaper gigs on sites like Indeed or ZipRecruiter, or list your services on TaskRabbit.com, where gardeners and yard workers charge as much as $80 per hour. Number 4, rent out your gear. If you have gear or vehicles people can use to explore the outdoors in the warmer weather, considering renting it out. Bike. Sites like Spinlister let you list your bike for an hourly, daily, or weekly rate. It's free to list on the site, but Spinlister does take 17.5% of all transactions. Car. Considering renting your car on platforms like Turo, where renters can make an average of $706 per month, according to the site. Boat. Apps like Get My Boat let you rent out various types of boats ranging from $25 per hour for kayak to $400 per hour for private yacht. It's free to list on Get My Boat, and the site takes an 8.5% fee for every rental. Number 5, be a tour guide. If you know your hometown or local city inside and out, consider applying to be a tour guide on sites like Tours by Locals. The sites lets you guide build their own itineraries and set their own prices for a walking tour. Tour starts at $15 per hour with a 25% fee from tour locals, according to Side Hustle. Make sure to social distance and wear a mask even if you are outside. Number 6. Answer question. If you are an expert in subjects as varied as dream interpretation, clock repair, or weddings, consider offering your services on justanswer.com, where experts in their fields get paid to answer users' questions on their given expertise. The site wide range of experts get paid between $18 to $50 per answer, depending on their field. Randall Gibbons made up to $20,000 per month answering questions about RV repair on the site in 2020. You must apply to become an expert. Just Answer has an acceptance rate of 10% to 12% for all applicants. Number 7, write an ebook. If you got an idea for a timely romance novel, have the lowdown on the music industry, or another great literary idea, consider writing an ebook. You can get your own price. Ebook often go for $3.99. Publishing sites include Gumroad, which charge either 8.5% plus 30 cents per sale or 3.5% plus 30 cents per sale, depending on which type of account you have, and Barnes & Noble, which has a 50% commission fee. Ebooks are a good way to earn passive income. They take work upfront, but once you've finished writing and the book is up, people can keep purchasing it indefinitely. Number 8, house sit for travelers. As more people get vaccinated, people travel will continue picking up. Consider house sitting for those going away. Advertising your house sitting services on sites like HouseSitter or TrustedHouseSitter.com most charges between $25 and $45 per day, according to HouseSitter. Pet sit. Number 9. Similarly, pet owners traveling for days or even just out for the evening may need someone to watch over their dogs or cats. Sign up to be a pet sitter on sites like Care.com, Sitter City, or Pet Sitter. The average rate of a pet sitter is $25 per 30-minute visit, according to Thumbtack. Number 10. Work at park. If you like the great outdoors, parks around the country hire staff to supervise activities for visitors and guests throughout the year. Check out sites like Coolworks to find jobs like Treetop Adventure, Ropes Course Rescue, and Ground Guide $14 per hour, and Zipline Guide for $10 per hour.
Discover Our proven installation process ensures your gutters are in tip-top shape and prepped to protect your home. Step 1, we clean your gutter, fill your gutters. Step 3, we install Leaf Filter, a permanent solution to end clogged gutters. Get your free estimate today.
Allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase every day relieves your allergy symptoms for 24 hours. Psst, psst, you're good.
Dear Mom, I love you more than my favorite pizza, more than 300 scoops of ice cream, more than all the peanut butter sandwiches in the world. I love you more than the tallest pile of pancakes, more than the yummiest berries ever, and a lot more than all the veggies you make me eat. Mom, I love you more than you'll ever know.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true, its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a
This is a Smile Direct Club aligner. It's how Smile Direct Club safely and gently straightens your teeth 3 times sooner than braces. How's it work? Simply. Once your plan is approved by one of our network dentists on our online telehealth platform, we send a box of custom-made aligners directly to your home, and you'll get a smile you love 3 times sooner than braces. Get started for free at smiledirectclub.ca.